had sex with an underage woman. I'm not saying he knows he had sex with an underage woman. He probably thought she was age, but guaranteed if Bill Clinton was at one of those parties with Epstein, he most certainly had sex with an underage woman. 100%, man.
I'm gonna miss you,
And
PB,
welcome to the
because that was
channel.
live.
We are live, and I thought that was a good way to start off the conversation. So welcome everybody. That's how we do here in Late Night Talks. But no, I actually got some awesome things to talk about. That was the greatest lead-in ever, so thank you for that, PB. Um, actually, an announcement I want to do at the beginning while I'm just starting to get people to filter in and everything like that. Tomorrow, despite my horrendous toothache and being on a numerous amount of painkillers, which I'm currently on right now, and it's really hard to stream, but kind of fun, I'm going to be streaming DC fandom. So I'm going to be doing certain segments of it. Welcome, Jamie Vick. But I'm mostly going to be doing like the shit people will probably be interested in. So I'll be doing a little bit
Wait,
of the
is it certain? What is that? Is it
don't
supposed to be-
interrupt me, Cyber, so
is
I
it
can
supposed to be?
explain.
Okay.
DC fandom is
Yeah, let
like
him put his foot in his mouth.
picture San Diego Comic-Con basically, but all online. So there's panels and Q&As and things like that. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is that you don't actually do a Q&A with the people. They got like 3 questions and 3 responses, so that kind of sucks. Some of the people will be responding like via, I don't know, comment, texting, whatever the fuck it is here on the web. But for the most part, you could still buy shit online, and you know, it's going to be cool. But I'm going to be streaming some of it. I'm probably going to do, of course, the Snyder Cut shit because everybody's going to want to see that. I'm going to do the
So it's just
Wonder
basically
Woman
a
84.
stream where they talk about shit.
No, it's not a stream. It's kind of like what we talked about with the Emmys. It's a
So
virtual
it's a
panel.
premiere. It's like a premiere thing. It's like the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, it would
That's
be.
what I
Think
mean
of
by
like
like a stream. So that's all it is. I should tell my younger brother that. I think he thinks it's something else.
No, it's I gotta see because I've never seen them do a Comic-Con online, so I myself can't accurately say what it's going to be like, but I've seen pictures and shit, and I'll have to see on the day. I got my notifications up and stuff, so it should be interesting. A whole new experience. So everyone who's joining me tomorrow, I will be streaming live and streaming some of the events. I want to stream some stuff and see what gets knocked down before I stream anything else. So I'll stream like one panel and I'll see if I get pulled down. And if I don't, then I'll just continue streaming them. That's how I'm going to do this because I heard Perp
Well,
ran
maybe
into
if you get
the same
knocked down,
situation.
maybe we'll just switch over to the other channel, and then we'll get knocked down over there.
Yeah, I'm gathering what. I have to ask Perp exactly how long he did his stream before it got pulled.
Get
'Cause
a
that's
get a
still enough
Twitch
time.
account because they might fucking ignore it.
No, I don't do any of that. That's too much fun.
I'm saying just get a thing to stream on Twitch, and if you get pulled, just throw
Twitch
it up
is
on
for
there.
the hip kids.
Yeah, I'm not with that. But anyways, tonight is going to be a fun night because in honor of the DC fandom coming out, and I don't know if you guys knew, but the huge DC fan, I've got a lot of DC related articles tonight. And of course, I had to also
I
do
thought you were more on the
everyone.
Dark Horse side, General Zod.
Well, yeah, well, some of them, but I also had to talk about, yes, everybody, I had to talk about the internet sensational story about Netflix's biggest blunder. And I'm going to come at this from a different angle because I feel like the people who started like going nuts about this movie didn't actually watch it to realize, like, they said, oh, fuck this director and the movie, fucking pervert. And I'm like, you guys didn't watch the movie. This is not the director's fault. Netflix marketed it so badly, and I'm going to say they did it on purpose because there's original marketing for this film that I have trudged through that was nothing like the final thing Netflix promoted. And you have to remember, when they import an international film, they dub the language to our language. And they also change the descriptions, the titles, and sometimes, which I didn't realize until I researched this, they change the images. So Netflix completely and totally on their end, the American version fucked it up completely. Like when I watched this movie, I was actually quite bored. I'm like,
So
what
this is
the
basically
fuck?
like how Funimation and Crunchyroll fucks up every Japanese material.
Yeah, it's basically actually that's a great analogy, Cyber. It's like when they import anime now, they don't dub it to what the Japanese actually say. They put their own shit in there. A lot of American companies
Yeah,
do this.
kind of speaking of that, I heard, I freaking saw it in like my results from Hero High. He read something, and he showed it that the top anime companies are working together to start. It's going to start in Japan and then slowly work its way out of
And Cyber, let me
where
just
you
get
can
back to
watch
you.
it like YouTube or something.
Cyber, that whole thing, I would love to touch on that, but that's a subject for another day. I kind of want to stay on point because I'm on
Oh,
strong
you are going to
medication
cover
tonight.
that topic?
No, but
Yeah, I'll find that link for you.
yeah, we're going to put that link in the description, but we'll cover that another day because that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
in
find the
an
video. I'll
immense
find
amount
the
of pain,
video
so
and throw it in. So I'm going to go quiet for a bit, so you don't hear me
it,
typing.
yeah, I'll get those links out for people. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting night because we're going to cover that. I'm going to talk about some statements Patty Jenkins made and a couple of other things that I think people will find interesting. So let's start with our first story of the evening. And I'm a little slow on the uptake here. Fuck, where did I put it? Oh my God. Okay. God, I love being organized. Okay.
Yeah, you're
So
definitely a little slow. Oh, almost didn't get the mute off in time for that one.
so the first thing I'm going to talk about in honor of the DC fandom coming out tomorrow, you guys knew I was going to lead with DC. So the fandom panels are going to review more. And I'm actually excited for this because this has been confirmed. And normally I don't take Den of Geeks at their word because they're a very iffy site. But I confirmed this on the DC fandom website, which is doing the panels tomorrow. And indeed, 2 people are signed up for the new Flash movie. And PB, you made a theory that is actually right. I'm thinking that most of this movie is going to be marketed to get people in the theaters off of Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck being in this movie because I don't see it having any other marketability. But apparently Michael Keaton will play a pretty substantial role, and so will Ben Affleck. And this will set up for Flashpoint. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article.
Ben Affleck dies, yes.
No, I like Ben Affleck. He did a good Batman. We're not going to get into this argument, but I don't blame him for a shitty script. He himself did the best with what he had. Poor guy has an alcohol problem. Let's give Ben a win. So, with the addition of Ben Affleck as Batman and the inclusion of Michael Keaton as Batman, the Flash movie will make the DCU into a true cinematic multiverse. The Flash movie was always going to be about more than a guy who just runs fast. Long expected to be on the based on the comic books Flashpoint, the story by Geoff Johns and Andy Kubert, where Barry
It's just
Allen
Jeff, man. It's just Jeff.
where Barry Allen inadvertently opens up an alternate reality after preventing the murder of his mother in the past. There was always going to be the expectations of seeing different versions of the beloved DC characters. Andy Muschietti's The Flash movie looks like it won't disappoint in that regard. Between the bombshell revelation that Ben Affleck would return in the role of Batman for this movie, and the earlier one that Michael Keaton also will play an older Dark Knight in this film, it would seem the big screen Flashpoint might be even wilder than the comic book one was. But one thing certainly does help cement the ideas in audience's mind that the previous cinematic TV incarnations of DC superheroes are technically canon now, once and for all establishing the DC multiverse as a pop culture staple. This movie is a bit of a hinge in the sense that it presents a story that implies and unifies the universe where all the cinematic iterations that we've seen before are validated, says Muschietti. It's inclusive in the sense that it's saying all that you've seen exists and everything you will see exists at the same time in a unified storyline. This is really cool, but it's old news for comic book fans and DC fans. DC's multiverse has been one of the things which sets the story apart from comic book companies, but TV fans already have seen the DC multiverse explored by the CW's Arrowverse crossover event Crisis on Infinite Earth, which established this is in 2019, nodding to every DC show on that network, but the ones other networks have as well. There's also a mention of Michael Keaton from the Batman films in the crossover, as well as Christopher Reeves and a delightful Ezra Miller cameo, which PB did not find delightful, I know for a fact, which saw him interacting with TV's Flash Grant Augusta. Of course, for the purpose of the feature-length film, Flashpoint is much more palatable entry point for the concept of the DC multiverse to the general audience. And it'll be a little bit easier to understand and digest than the death of countless dimensions, merging of realities, etc. The comics version of Flashpoint ultimately changed the DC universe for the next few years, and it was used as an excuse to reset certain elements of continuity. Could that be the case for the Flash movie? We will find out June 2nd, 2022. So, do you think that this movie will still be a pile of crap, or are you on its side? I'm curious.
It's gonna be a clip show movie. It's gonna be like, hey, check out what's going on this Earth before it's destroyed. Check out what's going on this Earth before it's destroyed. So
Holy
you get to
shit.
see this hero on this Earth. You get to see this villain on this Earth. He just jumps from one to the next, right up until hopefully he gets killed too. Fingers crossed. If that happens, I will pay for this movie.
From what I hear, they're not going to kill him. He's contracted for at least 2 movies. So you got to deal with Ezra Miller shitty portrayal.
Hey, fucking. Who's in the chat? There's 4 of you watching. Oh, no, wait. 2 of them are me.
2 of them are you?
Yeah. Because no one was coming in
too.
right away, and I opened it up on my phone. on another account.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that
Okay, well,
this
Val Kilmer's in shape again, right? We're gonna get to see him as Batman again. Want to see all the Batmans.
Yeah.
Want to see all the
Clooney in
Batmans.
there.
Want to see all the Supermans. Want to see all the Flashes. I want him to see himself. Be like, "Are you me?" Be like, "Yeah, I'm Barry Allen. I'm the real Flash." And he'll be like, "But I'm Barry Allen." Be like, "Yeah, but you're the shit Barry Allen. I'm the real Barry Allen." I'll be like, "Yes, thank you very much."
we're gonna get
honestly, I want to put this debate to rest. I don't like certain
debate?
elements. Which one is better, TV or the movie version? And I'm gonna
Every
say
other
I want to
version of the
see.
Flash is better than him. Every other version.
Well, hold on. I want to see the TV version, the guy who plays in the TV version in the movies, and I take Ezra Miller and put him in the TV because he is a shitty TV actor, at least to my mind. And I think that the guy who's on TV is way better. Like he hits
I mean, I have no
the
idea how
emotional
good of an
and comic.
actor Ezra Miller actually is. He might be a good actor. He's just not a good Flash, especially Barry Allen.
Well, that's the problem with the DC movies as far as, and I know people get all in a tizzy when you mention the great Zack Snyder. I don't know where I got Scott Snyder from. Oh, he
his
does the
name is now
comic book.
Scott Snyder legally.
No,
Yeah.
I think he does the comic book runs. But anyways, I have a problem with not the casting because I thought they were cast well. It was the material that was written and how they want them to portray the characters that really hinders the movies. Like when you look at some of the newer films and how they're acted as opposed to the older, darker versions that everyone seems to be crazy about, they don't hit the character the same. They don't get the essence of the character. And I think that is the problem. Like, even the CW Flash seems to get the essence of what Barry Allen is a lot better than the movies do. Even the 90s one, when they had the 90s Flash as the father, was brilliant. Like,
Dude, when they
whoever
have
did the
90s Flash on the current Flash, he's better than Ezra Miller Flash. That's why I said
oh yeah,
every
100.
incarnation of him is better than him.
The 90s version most people forget, but the 90s version, that guy who plays the 90s Flash, he had the charisma. I mean, the show was corny as shit, but there was something charming about it. And when I think about it, it's the actor embraced that role. You know, he embraced the 90s comic book feel that was there in the 90s and really did a great job. And then when he reprised the role in the crossover, I felt like he just added a little bit emotional depth to the character. But he was just a great Flash. Like you said, he was a great incarnation of the Flash. And then you look at every other incarnation, and I agree. This one just felt rushed. It felt like they didn't give this guy any direction. And Ezra Miller in real life is a douchebag. I'm sorry. I don't like him as a person, and it makes it hard for me to accept this character. And I know you have to separate the two, but he's just a dick. I don't like him at all. And yeah, so I think it makes it hard for me to even buy him on screen. Like, he has moments in Justice League, but really, what does he do? He's just a comic relief, and not very good at
He
that
just
either.
runs quickly and pushes people.
Wally West is supposed to be the comic relief Flash. And that's what
See,
a lot
I
of people
didn't.
have said. He would be a better Wally West than Barry Allen.
No, that's the problem. All of the people that are in this Justice League, none of them are supposed to be comic relief.
No.
Yeah, but they're going for, in at least the Snyderverse, we'll call it, they go for a darker tone. The problem is a lot of them and the way the characters are designed shouldn't be dark. I mean, you can have a dark tone,
Batman's the
but
one that's dark.
yeah,
But
you can't have.
that's what makes them kind of stick out from the Justice League. The rest of the Justice League, they're all powerful beings, but they're not really that dark in their stories, especially Superman. Superman is not a dark story. It's very bright.
Now you can. No, Superman can do dark, but it depends on the situation. The Dark Side storyline, Superman would very
We're not
dark.
talking about Superman from Fast and the Furious dark here, Zod.
I've read, and if you want to take it from out of the source material, there's actual DC AU movies, animated films. I consider that film where Superman's dark as shit when he faces Apocalypse. He grabs his
I'm
eyes
not
and
going to talk
slams him
about
into
it
the
like
ground.
individual storylines. I'm talking about overall.
Well,
Because when
Apocalypse
you
is the
start
end
doing
game.
story
So
arcs,
you're
when
talking
you start
about
bringing in
Superman
story
gets a
arcs,
little he gets a little emo when he's fighting the darkest of the dark supervillain.
Yeah.
We're
you
talking
bring in
about
story arcs.
him getting
it's gonna be
agitated by a man in a bar, so he destroys his truck.
Okay.
I mean, we could go Smallville,
if you're
though. He
talking
made a
about
lot of
story
missteps.
arcs, if you're talking about story
Nope.
arcs, I take those out usually. I talk about overall because story arcs will get dark. If you talk to me about Adventure Time, I will tell you that show was more of a bright tone story until you got into the story arcs, which were really fucking dark.
I mean,
Aha.
that's actually a really good comparison, Husky. Because yeah, I watched that show and I'm like, Adventure Time. What turned me off was it looked bright and shiny and people looked happy. And then I watched it. I'm like, fucking dark shit on this show.
Yeah. And regular show is an acid trip.
Yeah, but I mean, swinging it back around, that is true. Like I was saying earlier, the characters in general, I think they lose what the character is. You can't have a dark Batman, a dark Superman, a dark Cyborg, and then this Flash, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be, because he's just kind of there. Like, he's just like hanging around all these people, running really
Just a
fast.
flash in a pan.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, how they're gonna market this. If we're gonna see Barry Allen do the actual deed where he fucks up the timeline. And it's really interesting because I'm going to, and this is just an inherent thing, and this is the problem with the CW. The CW did that storyline, the Flashpoint storyline. They actually did that very well. Like,
No, they
I
did the
loved that
Flashpoint
season.
and the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline.
I think that they did the Flashpoint a lot better than a movie could do, and I'm curious to see how the movie's going to handle it because they had several. You're talking 2 seasons before he reset the timeline, which led directly into Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, you know what else they're going to do with this Flashpoint? He comes back. Guess who's going to be the Joker? It's probably going to be Joaquin Phoenix. It's going to be
no Joaquin Phoenix. From what I've heard, they're keeping that separate. Todd Phillips.
He could be in that.
No, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix have both said they're keeping that part separate. So, as much as I would totally endorse an appearance. He's not going to do that. He doesn't want to be part of the
Johnny Depp be a Joker, but does anyone here really see Johnny Depp as a Joker?
He looked like
I
Joker
would love
as
Johnny
Willy
Depp to be the Joker, and then he can be in the same movie with Amber Heard.
Wouldn't that be ironic? But yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, I will be intrigued to see what this movie does. It will be interesting. I don't know. I'll have to this is a wait and see.
Dude,
I'm a
it's gonna
DC
make a
fan.
bunch of money because it's gonna have all of the heroes and villains you love.
Does
And
anyone
then you're
really
gonna be
want?
like, well, maybe it's gonna have that other one, but he's not gonna be there.
Does anyone want to see Doctor Hugo Strange on the big screen? But they got to do him right, though. They can't do it like Black Mask, where his mask is off.
Well, then we're going into Batman, and that would probably be a Matt Reeves thing. I would like to see him if he's
I don't know.
resetting it and doing year one. I'd like to see
Yeah.
him integrate a Hugo Strange. That would totally fit.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what I
So-
wouldn't be really bothered by is if the Todd Phillips and Matt Reeves were in the same universe. If his thing goes well, because I'm pretty sure it's going to do well, because that'd actually be very, very entertaining.
It better. It's gonna
Oh,
have
yeah,
time traveling Batman.
Speaking of people doing really well with their corner of DC, let's talk about Patty Jenkins. And I had never seen
this bitch.
I'd never seen what she looked like. Wow. I'm gonna let my misogyny come out here a little bit. She's fucking hot. I'd never seen a
No,
picture
you're gonna
of
be
her.
talking about her just about as much as you talk about Brie Larson.
Yeah, but not in the same context.
Sure. Really? Really? So
Patty
you're telling me that you agree with this article that you're gonna be bringing up?
I don't agree with everything, no, but she's hot.
Oh, exactly. You're gonna be talking about her the exact same way you talk about Brie Larson. Shocking.
Hey, I'm allowed to
Simp.
be biased. I'm a villain, okay? I can have my own biases. This is a recent article. It's brought to us by Fox News, which is really weird that a DC property made Fox News. The fact that they're talking about someone
I
in
thought we
DC
only
universe.
talk about Fox News on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Until I found this.
But I
Wonder
guess
Woman.
since Husky is here, in his honor, we can do something from an area that usually sticks to politics.
Yeah, Husky loves this.
Yeah,
Wonder
that's why I
Woman.
didn't show up to his stream like a week ago.
Hurtful.
Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins says Donald Trump inspired a villain character. Now, I have a problem with this before I get into the article. For one reason.
Shocking.
Yeah, it should be a Jeff Bezos villain character.
No, my problem with this is that this villain predates Donald Trump. So to make the comparison and the fact that the villain and the way he's made.
Dude, Donald Trump is 74. This villain is from the 40s?
This villain's an older villain. I'd have to look up when Maxwell Lord was conceptualized, but
Let me look.
It had nothing to do with Trump. He was more modeled after Reagan. Maybe that's the parallel. I don't know. But
wow, there's a guy named Maxwell Lord.
A real person?
Yeah.
No. Well,
it says his first appearance was 1987.
Yeah, like I was saying, he was more modeled for the Reagan era. Even the creator who made him said he was supposed to be a representation of Ronald Reagan. But the villain in the upcoming DC
that's not good either.
Movie,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know why people don't like Reagan so much. There's a lot of hate for him.
Hold on.
In that era.
What's up, Thomas Connolly?
What's up, Thomas Connolly? Good to have you on. The villain in the upcoming DC superhero movie Wonder Woman 1984 might look slightly familiar, according to Patty Jenkins, the 49-year-old filmmaker who's hot as shit, admitted she used President Donald Trump as an inspiration for Pedro Pascal's Maxwell Lord. Jenkins told Screen Rant he's one of them when asked if Trump influenced the development of character. I mean, honestly, the funny thing is, he is, but I'm not trying to make we even have the president in the movie. And I've gone out of my way not to make it look like Ronald Reagan, she added. Gal Gadot
Does she
returns.
like Ronald Reagan but hate Trump? I need this shit I need filled in.
No, politically, I don't think she falls in any of those, or she's not saying, which is smart. She doesn't exactly say what her politics are, but I can decipher what they are based on that statement. But Jenkins isn't using Maxwell Lord to make a political statement in the Wonder Woman comic book movie sequel. I don't want to get political. I love that statement. I want to highlight that. I think that that's great that she comes out the gate saying, I don't want to get political. It's not about being political, she explained. I don't have an agenda to have a political message to send to the world, Jenkins adds.
Oh wait,
Everybody needs.
is it just quick? Maxwell Lord's a big businessman too, right?
Yeah.
That's probably why, which is what you should state right away. He's a big businessman, so is Trump. That'd be like saying, "Oh yeah, Lex Luthor is inspired by Trump," or
Well, I mean, yeah,
Bruce
you can make
Wayne is
you
inspired
can
by
make
Trump.
parallels for multiple villains.
Look,
In
anyone
any
who's a
DC or Marvel.
freaking billionaire in comics, you could say, I gotta use Trump as inspiration, or just any billionaire, because it's a great, Well, I'd see more Bruce
it's a pretty
Wayne
good.
being Trump because of the Playboy thing.
Now, Jenkins added, everybody needs to look at themselves right now and our politics and our belief system of excess. The producer-writer was also inspired by other real-life people and fictional villains, characters when creating Lord. Trump's definitely one of the people we looked at, but it's not any of those kind of mavericks of business success that was in the 80s who went to be major players in our world and potentially had questionable ways, she said. Wonder Woman 1984 was originally supposed to be released in theaters back in June, but had its date pushed back amid the coronavirus pandemic. Now the film is slated for an October premiere. Jenkins is already thinking ahead of the franchise's third and final installment, which has been greenlit. The next one will probably be my last Wonder Woman movie, so I have to put everything I want to show there. We have to think carefully, she said. It's still not confirmed whether or not she'll direct, but Jenkins is passionate about finishing the trilogy and has also envisioned how the character's arc will end. So I'm kind of conflicted about this because
That was the whole article?
yeah, she's very I don't know, PB, let me get, what do you
Sounds
take
like the
from
headline
this?
doesn't go with the article at all.
Yeah, because it sounds more like they want to make her look like she's attacking Trump, but really she's just saying
That's what they always do. That's what all these articles do. They're attacking, make it look like they're attacking. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, I don't get that sense.
Maybe
Dude, they
I'm pretty
spun
sure
the
she
ever living shit out of this.
I'm pretty sure she right now with this seems like after reading that, it's like maybe she said his name to help the advertising for the movie. Because everyone would click it. Everyone would click it. Click. I would say it too. Just go.
I mean, this is like when they were saying that Anthony Mackie was calling for more diversity at Marvel. He never called for more diversity. He said he wanted the best person for the job, period. He thought it was a little racist that you could only hire black people for the black movie. That's what he said. But he never said, hey, we need more women. We need more black people. He said, we need more of the best.
We need more hot women in these movies, man.
No, I think the thing that I got from this, and what I've always gotten from Patty Jenkins, and why I found this article interesting, was because I think that she is what film directors should be when they're making a movie that's a trilogy like this. She cares more about the story and the arc and finishing up these last films with a good story rather than making some kind of statement. And from what I've gathered, and PB, maybe you got the same thing, I gathered she was saying she's not so much worried about a political agenda as she is about where the story is going to go for the third movie. I mean, is that just me, or did you
Yeah,
get
there
that
is
from
not
this
going to
article?
be a scene in this movie where Wonder Woman beats up a man and steals his motorcycle. Anyway, what's up, Timon?
What's up, Timon? I like that
Okay.
Thomas said, hell the
I
panel,
still,
hell God.
the thing that made me question it with the ads and stuff is like, oh, there's Steve Trevor. Wait, Steve Trevor. Oh, he's a clone. They haven't. The
Hey,
movie
Yep.
hasn't come out.
hey,
They
you
haven't said
son of a
anything.
bitch. No spoilers.
It's not
Don't
spoiling.
spoil
It's
it.
a fucking prediction. It's called.
You know what? If I
Speculation.
watch this movie and Steve winds up being a clone, I am going to fucking contact you on Twitter and curse you out, you son of a bitch.
Oh boy, that's why I'm not.
I would be like, this
It's
son
called
of a bitch,
speculation,
cybernetic
man.
costume, just fucked up this whole movie for me.
Well,
I'm gonna be watching.
But think about it. The other villain's supposed to be Cheetah, which is a bunch of gene splicing and DNA shit. So, Steve Trevor's a clone. That's how I came to that conclusion. It was a very, very quick conclusion, man.
This is why I like don't go on the web. But no, Timon, this article is actually the opposite. She was saying she doesn't want to make the movie political, but it was an inspiration, not necessarily what the character is. She said she was also inspired by a lot of other villains and or historical figures. So, take with that what you will. But I don't believe Patty Jenkins is trying to flip this for some kind of narrative. I think she just wants to make a good movie, as did with the first film. She wants to do a trilogy. She wants to tell a complete story, and she wants people to like it. And as long as she has original ideas, and I'm a fan of the '80s, so I'm already super excited for this film. Who doesn't like the '80s? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's going to have a bitchin' soundtrack. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. And from what I've seen with the visuals and the, just the soundtrack that they have already and the kind of the homage they do in the trailer, I think that this is going to be a very good movie. It's definitely going to be more hype for me than Captain Marvel 2.
Okay, because it's
No way.
Wonder Woman 1984. Is anyone thinking there's going to be a Linda Carter cameo?
Ooh.
I've been thinking that since they announced the name Wonder Woman 1984.
I would think that there would be one in that movie, except it's going to be in the Flash movie.
Oh, Flashpoint. You'll see a Linda Carter Flash. Now that would be a good sticking point.
Dude, I told you, everybody's going to be in that movie.
It's not Crisis on Infinite Earth, though. Which is where...
No, it's Crisis on we don't have a story and this Flash sucks. How can we make money? I know.
Well,
wait, that's the other
hero.
That's the other thing, though, too. I didn't see the Crisis on Infinite Earth thing, but Flash should be dead. Did they do that? Did they kill Barry Allen?
See? What? I think they killed him like 2 or 3 times.
He's supposed to be dead in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then he's supposed to outrun death.
See, you got to put Timon's comment up on the screen here, Zod.
Which one? The first one? This one?
Yeah, the longer one that says, if they get rid of Ezra, I will buy a ticket to the Flash as soon as they let me. That's what I said earlier before you got here, Timon. I said they kill him off, I will pay for this movie.
Or if I go and see the movie, which all of you guys know I'm going to do because I see every DC movie. God help me. Some of those movies. But anyways,
I have a quick
if
question.
I come on and I go, hey, PB, your dream has come true. PB will probably drive that day to go and see the movie. I don't have to give you any more details. I'm just going to say, you know that thing you wanted, PB? Yeah, it happened.
I have a
Merry
quick-
Christmas.
I have a very, very quick question. All right. So the thumbnail has the current me. The little watermark has a current me, but the background's still the old one that PB used as a temporary.
Yeah,
'Cause he's an idiot.
No, I erased my pictures on my phone, and I didn't have the newer background. It just saved in the small thumbnail and the other thingy. So yeah, I cleaned out my data and got rid of some pictures I didn't mean to.
So PB's gonna have to fix. Hold on a sec. Are any of you getting like a massive echo from me, or is it just my end?
I don't hear
No,
an echo.
I don't
Damn it.
hear an echo.
It's my fucking feedback then. I don't know why it's doing that. It's annoying.
Weird.
But speaking of annoying, let's talk about No Time to Die. I'm annoyed because I really hope this turns out well, but I just want to read one article about the headline that I'm excited for. And if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Rami Malek fan. I really like his work in Bohemian Rhapsody. I love Mr. Robot. That show was fucking amazing. He was casted to be a Bond villain, and I was optimistic. Taking all the other shit I heard out of the equation.
Wait, they casted Rami Malek as a Bond woman?
Villain.
No, a Bond villain.
Man,
Oh.
he could be James
It's
Bond.
2020, man. Give me a break.
No, he's not identifying as a woman. God. Rami Malek looks Rami Malek's look and name as No Time to Die villain is revealed. Finally, the official James Bond Instagram page has introduced the character portrayed by Rami Malek in the upcoming 007 adventure, No Time to Die, along with an image which looks bitching, and I fucking need to get screen share. Anyways, Malek plays the villain in the film, and the latest introduction reveals his character is called Siphon. No other details are out yet.
Siphon, it's an original name. Original Bond villain name, at least.
Yeah, I like it because I haven't heard that name before, and it's supposed to be exclusively for this film. And what's his name from the last James Bond is going to be in this too. So
who's playing the sex pun?
No, I don't even want to talk about that. The creator said it's not going to be like other Bond films with the Bond women. So
Who
the fuck?
Fucking sex pun. Come on.
No sex puns in this one.
Austin Powers come back and be the only one with sex puns.
Malek is seen standing in the forest with the caption tagged "No Time to Die." Daniel Craig returns as the dapper British spy James Bond for one last time in No Time to Die, the 25th film in the 007 franchise. Co-starring with Craig is Malek and Leah. I don't know how the fuck to say her last name. Who reprises her role as Dr. Madeline Swan from the 2015 release Spectre. Among the cast members who will return in this recent franchise is Ben Winshai as Q, Jeffrey Wright as Phoenix, and Christopher Waltz as Belfield, and Ralph Fiennes as M. With Naomi Harris as M's secretary, Moneypenny. Anne D. Armas and Lashana Lynch are new additions to the Bond family in No Time to Die. The film is slated for April 2020 release, but has been pushed back owing the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic that has forced closures in the cinema theaters all over the world. Blah, 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 same shit.
Boo.
As of now, the film is scheduled for a November release. This film has gone through so much shit coming out, and then all of the negative sort of press that it's been getting for the different statements that the creators have come out with. They're saying it's going to be a Bond for the new generation, which we all know that means they're going to give us strong, empowered females. Yay. Or not, according to the director. We don't know. We got to go fucking see the movie, but it's a pretty good possibility they're going to do that. I don't know. What do you think about this, guys? PB, have you seen any of these new Bonds or like any of them?
No.
No.
You don't like any of the new Bonds?
No, you asked a two-part question, which was, have you seen any or do you like them? And I have not seen any of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies.
Wow, like
I've only ever seen a little bit here and there when they were on TNT or FX or something like that. I've never sat down and watched any of the Daniel Craig ones. I stopped watching after Pierce Brosnan because I love Pierce Brosnan as 007.
so do I. I like my favorite is GoldenEye. But who didn't like GoldenEye in that game?
Well, I mean, I don't know what my favorite is. Probably Tomorrow Never Dies, but GoldenEye is
Really?
probably
Over
my
GoldenEye?
second. Halle Berry, man.
I mean, yeah, but story-wise, villain-wise, action-wise, GoldenEye is like the epitome of.
Isn't the villain in GoldenEye Sean Bean?
Yeah, how do you beat
Yeah,
Sean
so you knew he was
Bean?
gonna die.
Yeah, but still, how do you beat Sean Bean and his clinch lines? Like when he was like,
I'm not saying
like-
that Sean Bean ain't great, but Sean Bean ain't Halle Berry.
that's fair enough, but that Russian chick was hot. And who could forget the Xena Anatok? I mean, come on. Not only was that a sexual pun, but she was fucking drop dead gorgeous. I mean, that was a twofer.
Does love a quality pun.
Well, I heard that. I'm like, this feels like a Bond movie because like that was back to the on the nose references.
When I hear GoldenEye, I don't think movie, I think video game.
Same.
I mean, fair enough.
I want that remastered, man.
Oh man, they do need to remaster that, but then all of us would lose years of our lives like we did when the game first came out.
10 million copies in the first week.
It's easy to update the controls too. So easy to update.
Yep.
Do that. Update the controls to modern one. Still have the classic ones. Port it to PC, and you can have the classic controls because it's just a mouse and you walking around.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I wasted so much time, and Golden Gun was bullshit. I hated that mode, but loved it at the same time. But if you were the last person to get that fucking Golden Gun, it was literally impossible to kill whoever had that.
I like playing License to Kill, where you can just kill anyone.
Yeah, one shot? That was the one shot, right?
No, I'm just talking about License to Kill, where it's just pretty much the free-for-all Battle Royale mode before fucking Fortnite and PUBG. Yes, it was 3 other people, but that was the shit.
Yeah, we had Battle Royale. Like, they think like Fortnite cornered the market.
No,
There were
no,
many
fucking
person
PUBG
shooters.
and Fortnite and those type of games that kind of did it this decade just made it so it was against 100 people. But they give you teams which sucks ass. That's why I hate them. It should be me versus everyone else. I don't get no teams. I can make secret alliances. I don't care about that. But it should be me versus everyone else.
Yes,
They always
right.
say, "Ooh, we gotta have a team get revived." No, I want to be fucking dead and the game's done.
Yeah, at that point, I just exit the game. I don't even give a fuck. Like, I've played those, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm exiting. I don't want to be revived. This is fucking stupid. I tried that. I can't get behind that format. It's just boring after a while. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get how people waste so much time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Timon Flips says, also, Pierce Bronson had the best Bond girls in the whole series / the hottest. I agree. 100%.
Yeah, he had
And
Halle Berry.
and here's a connection for you Halle Berry fans, PB. Halle Berry, back in the day when she did James Bond, even though let's be real, her character wasn't really written with many dimensions because she had a lot of dimensions. She did her own stunts or what they allowed her to do in that movie, which later helped her with John Wick 3. So when she got to John Wick 3, that training was more intense and they let her do more. But yeah, she had always been physically active in the stunt department. So in that movie, she was with the
I
guys
will
doing the
always
stunts.
watch Halle Berry be physically active.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was like, oh, I already threw that out there. 3, 2, 1, and right on cue. Yes,
I let you finish
Timon.
your
I
sentence.
forgot Terry Hatcher was in one of those. Yeah, that's right.
Hell
Terry
yeah.
Hatcher was in. Yeah, and
The
who's
most
gonna say Terry
desperate
Hatcher?
housewife.
Oh gosh, yeah. I hated myself for watching Desperate Housewives, but
Why would you hate
no
yourself for
one.
watching a great show?
Because in essence, it wasn't like the concept. I don't know. It was kind of
The concept
stupid.
was great. It was a bunch of desperate housewives.
Yeah, Timon's just going off there. Oh, wet Denise Richards. Yeah, we can't. Denise Richards. Oh God, man, you're gonna make me go back in my Bond films. I got every Bond on DVD. I got the collection. But yeah, moving along, I do want to get to something that's a little more disturbing. So before I broach this subject, I want to say, before I make my comments, I want you to know I'm not co-signing with what happened, but I'm coming at this at a different angle because everyone on the internet has covered this story. This thing is fucking blown up. I had no
Just
clue
don't come
about
at it from behind.
Oh yeah, because you'll get 20 to life. No, I so this new movie came out on Netflix called Cuties. It's about some girls twerking as being presented by everyone, but you would be wrong. That's not what this movie is about. And actually, I watched this movie with my girlfriend before the hype happened or before I read about the hype. And this movie, I do not like. Everyone attacked the director and the person who made this. And I want to say I solely and totally blame Netflix for this because of two reasons. One, this movie is a French movie, and two, Netflix themselves, the company, completely changed the translations and the original photos for this movie. The poster and the picture that they have on Netflix before they changed it was not the picture that the artist and or the film director made. And the synopsis for the film is completely wrong and misleading. So when I came out and started watching these videos, and they're saying, how could you have this movie on Netflix? Blah, blah, blah. This shit is sick. The director is an evil bastard and all this stuff. No, the movie actually is quite fucking boring. And I might even do a review on it. It is definitely not what was portrayed in the synopsis. But I'm going to read something about this film and kind of the backlash that Netflix got, and then we'll kind of talk about it here, because I think that a lot of people have a misconception. Kind of reminds me of when Brokeback Mountain came out. There was a lot of stuff that came out about that, and when you sit down and watch the movie, it's not this big hype that everyone made it out to be. Granted, there is stuff in that I didn't ever want to see, but it wasn't as bad as they made it out to be. But we didn't have the same internet that we have now, where I think if you released something like that now, there'd be tons of people coming out doing 100,000 videos on it. So I'm going to talk about this, and we're just kind of judge who fucked up on this. But Netflix apologizes for inappropriate.
Wait, you want us to judge some little girls?
Not the girls, the company. The company and the marketing specifically. Netflix apologizes for Inappropriate's Cuties poster that was criticized for sexualizing children. It was the marketing. It was the poster. The actual film in no way, shape, or form endorses sexualizing children. There's a concept in the movie, but it's not what it was translated it out to be. Netflix completely and totally tried to politicize it, and this backfired on it in such a big way. And this really drives home our point about when they try to do their pandering and how great it is to watch them shoot themselves in the foot.
Why would
Netflix
you pander for sexualizing children, though, Netflix?
Fucking get down, dog.
No, they were pandering. See, the synopsis they originally had was, it was these girls rebelling against the conservative family and the conservative structure and how it's too restrictive and things. Well, no, that's not what the movie's about. That's not even what the movie's about. There's a lot more stuff that the movie is talking about. What up, Lemon Pie?
So is the movie kind of like Drumline, but it's a dance team?
Well, yes and no. It's more about this girl is from like fucking the Middle East and shit, and you know how like women are supposed to be subservient and thing. It's like a true thing. Like they come to the country.
Do we know that they're women?
Culture.
Did they identify as women? I can't tell what they are under their burqas.
No, these are how the mothers kind of hold these girls to their old cultures, and then they see our Americanized culture, and it's kind of that kind of a deal. And it would be an interesting study in the crossing of cultures and how families try to keep their traditions and their old world traditions and how they have to kind of change. There's more to it, but how they marketed it was terrible.
So
and
like
the fact that they
is saying, if you want to highlight a saying, he says it's kind of looked like a Footloose or Dirty Dancing type movie.
Yeah, like Timon Flip put it best. He said, at General Zod's Phantom Zone, I agree. The trailer looks like a girl power movie meets Footloose, Dirty Dancing. Netflix didn't, I guess he meant to say see the movie. Yeah. This movie, keep in mind, people, this movie was released before Netflix marketed it over here. They did the marketing, but the movie was already in like the Tribeca Film Festival and stuff. And as a matter of fact, it garnered a lot of praise and stuff. So when I watched it, I heard about it from the Tribeca Film Festival because I keep up on the independent films. And I was like, oh, this is one of those movies about cultural differences and blah, blah, blah. I went on the internet. I was like, holy fucking shit. What is this? You know, the the fan the fandom menace and all of them came out with their videos and stuff. But I think they didn't highlight the important part to this film, which was that it wasn't the film director and it wasn't the people that made the story. It was solely Netflix translating and marketing that was the wrong thing here. They were the ones who fucked up. And I believe Timon Flip. I don't even think they watched the film. I think they just put this thing out and no one watched what it was about because they would have totally marketed this differently. But, you know, let's continue. They got Netflix issued a swift mea culpa after a strong backlash today around the marketing of the forthcoming release Cuties. The largely received French language pick won the World Cinematic Dramatic Directing Award at Sundance this year. It follows Amy, an 11-year-old girl who joins a group of dancers called the Cuties at school and rapidly grows aware of her beginning femininity, upsetting her mother and their values. The film was rated 82 fresh, of course, on Shilling Tomatoes, and critics, of course, praised it for handling sensitive topics. Netflix recently began promoting the movie ahead of its September 9th release on the platform. However, the accompanying artwork provoked a storm of online criticism with the poster sexualizing children. One Twitter user called it disgusting, while another said, Netflix, you really messed up here. Here's the poster that had the backlash. You could see the girls dressed provocatively, and they're like 11 years old. It was terrible. Now, they show the previous artwork, which was just the 4 girls on a shopping spree, throwing some glitter or some shit. Nothing really wrong with it. You could kind of be like, oh, they went out shopping. They're girls, and that's what they do. I have a daughter. You know, you take the girls out to the mall, and you go through hell because you don't want to be there, and they want to go to the shoe stores and get glitters and stickers. Anyways, I'm sorry, I went to a dark place there. But anyways, the online release follows its theatrical rollout in its native French via Big Films, which began Wednesday. The Netflix poster contrasts considerably. It considerably was a different contrast with the French theatrical poster, which strikes a somewhat different tone.
That French company, I would fucking sue Netflix because the way everything reacted, they probably destroyed their movie.
Yeah. I would sue the shit out of Netflix because the fact that this was a movie that came out that was widely received. I've seen the movie. It's actually not really. I found it quite boring.
The fact that 4chan is banning users that post any imagery from that movie is how bad they ruined it. So if I was a company, I would sue Netflix for destroying the movie.
Yes, Jamie Vick, they use 11-year-old girls, but it's not what they promoted it to be. There's nothing that's like How to Catch a Predator in this. It's not like that. It's just basically high school drama shit. It actually bores me because I have a daughter and I've lived this, but it's not. The dancing part of it and all that is a very small portion of the film and really has nothing to do with it. It's about their parents and the struggles that they go through for coming to a different country and bringing their old view beliefs to a new country. And she meets other girls and they have more of an Americanized view, and she's battling with her family over the different customs and beliefs. It would actually be an interesting and intriguing movie. on kind of cultural shifts and things like that. And it's not handled inappropriately. There's nothing really sexualized in the movie, but how Netflix portrayed it, how they made it seem, was where the problem is, because the French version and how they go about it, how they market it, was very different. They did not show anything that was really inappropriate on their marketing, and the film doesn't either. The Netflix, they were the ones who fucked up the 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 promotion. Like, I don't know who got a hold of this thing, and they saw the one poster and decided to go in a different direction, but they fucked it up. They fucked it up really bad. Cyber, I know you're able to screen share things. Do you think you can screen share this article so I can kind of show the contrast so that people kind of have a difference or know what I'm talking about? Because
help out our fearless leader here.
Because
he's so mechanically inclined with the technology. I thought you were getting a Chromebook guy.
I can't screen share on mobile.
I know you can't on mobile, which is why I said I thought you were getting a Chromebook.
No, Father's Odd sending me a laptop, which will greatly help when I do these show and tell moments. But yeah.
Oh, so it's coming from China, so it'll be here sometime 2021?
Yeah, when we get over the pandemic, the zombie virus. But yeah, when you look at the two posters, there is a stark difference between what Netflix did and what this original poster did. And using kids to tell these coming of age stories is nothing different. I mean, Stephen King's Stand By Me was a coming of age story. It had young boys under 16 who find a dead body. And their whole life is altered. That's the whole premise of the movie, and alters them as adults. This concept is nothing new. It's the way that it's marketed it, and it's the way that the company presented it that is the issue. And Netflix totally presented it in the exact wrong way. It's really baffling. It staggers me, whoever decided to do this. PB, what are your thoughts? Did you have a chance to check out this article?
Did you ask me if I read an article?
No. Did you just look at it and then see the two different posters and then kind of see?
No, I thought that Husky was going to screen share the two posters.
No.
Said no?
He said, oh or no?
No.
Well, that's terrible. No, I did not look at the two posters. Hold on. I can look at the two posters, but it's going to take me, I don't know, a few seconds.
What was that, Cyber?
I don't want that shit on my timeline.
What do you mean on your timeline? All you have to do is
just pull up the article.
No.
And
pull up the article through Twitter. And then you share your screen through Twitter.
I could just share the headline because it shows that.
Whatever. That's all that he wants you to do is show the picture.
I just want to show the very big differences between the Netflix picture and the original movie poster, which are two very different things. Timon Flip has a good comment. Did you want to read this, Wobbler?
Hold on.
Sure, as soon as I can see my screen again.
Side by side at all. This is annoying.
Timon said, we had a situation similar here in Brazil about 15 years ago with a no-funk dance crew where 4 girls were under the age of 18 is against the law here. Child sexualization in media. Interesting.
Hey,
I
hold
mean,
on.
there's a lot of child sexualization done
I had
in
to open up the
all
link.
types of television shows for purposes of the story.
I had to show it. I had to freaking open up the link twice.
Okay, so now, as you guys can see, there is a huge, there's like a world, there's a gulf, there's a gap between the one that Netflix has. Okay, that's the one. The left is Netflix. The right is what was in theaters released, you know, as their original poster. Now,
This looks incredibly photoshopped the more you look at it.
that looks like they just, I don't know what Netflix did there. Yeah, I'd say Photoshop, definitely. Like,
Now you watch the
why
movie.
would you think that's okay?
Do they wear these outfits and dance in these outfits in the movie?
There's a section for, it's a contest or something that they enter.
Dude, this
Some
is a yes
kinda-
or no question. Do they wear those outfits and dance in them in the movie?
That's a yes and a no. I'm gonna give you a half answer. I'd more say it'd be something you'd have to watch.
Just give us a straight fucking answer, god damn it.
No. No, I'm not watching this ever. Never am I
But no.
watching this.
But yeah, I'd say it was a fucking boring movie and definitely not the hype that it got. But yeah, that whole thing, that is a scene. Yes. But here's the thing. They chose to use that for the poster.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
of course they chose to use that because, like I told you, Netflix does not care about negative promotional material. They just want people to watch. Whatever gets them to watch, they don't give a shit. So something like that is going to trigger a lot of people to go, what the fuck is this? And they're going to click on it and they're going to watch. And then they're going to talk about it. And then somebody else is going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to have to check this out for myself. And a lot of people are going to watch this because of this poster.
Does anyone here speak French in the chat or anything? What does this say? I'd use Google Translate, but they usually fuck that up.
Oh,
yeah,
God, no, I don't speak French.
Well, we're going to.
Yeah,
I just eat their toast.
I can't.
Let's see what Google says quick.
I feel like this poster over here with the French language, the title is different because I feel like that doesn't.
It does translate to cute, but
okay.
It's just terrible. See here. Does that show up?
Yeah,
look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, I flipped it. That's it.
So yeah, it just
Flip
translates
real good.
So the thing that they fucked up with the translating is not the name. It's this whole bullshit right here. What the fuck is it?
Like this is like, I am on one side of this where I agree this is the worst marketing I've seen, and the way the trailer is cut too, they specifically show this scene in the movie, but keep in mind this scene is a very small scene within the film. It's
so they
not.
do dance in those outfits in the movie.
Yes, they do.
That's the
Fucking
question.
aim it. See, oh my god.
Answer it.
Yes, they do. But it's
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Switching back to the angry face. Am I on the? I'm on the angry face. Good. Jesus Christ.
I'm a villain. I got to give you half answers. It wouldn't
Fucking
be a
amen.
broadcast if I didn't give you half answers. But yeah.
But did they
Yeah,
make?
but then you gave me the egg. Oh my god.
Did they make these fucking poses on? Like I said, this looks very
I mean, they.
photoshopped.
No, this definitely looks like it's photoshopped. I agree with you,
Yeah,
but I
it's not the.
feel like they made those poses at some point, and they put them together.
That's what I mean. It's like it's a splice. It's not exactly how that scene plays out at all. As a matter of fact, that is not really a scene. It's like an. It's like it.
Oh my
They
God.
took several different.
Nobody said the poster is a scene.
It's almost like they took several different splices and they put them together in one poster, in one pose. I don't know how the technical shit works on that. I don't know if that's something you can do, but that's what I feel like. Now, the one
I'm
on the
glad we
right,
know your feelings.
the one on the right is just one shot, and that's literally a shot from one scene in the movie where they all go out shopping, which that was mind-numbingly reminds me of taking my kids out shopping, which, by the way, none of those kids were unchaperoned, in case you're worrying about that.
You gotta put Jamie Vick's comment on the screen.
It has not refreshed on my thing.
Okay, well, refresh faster, technology. Son of a bitch. God dang. It's been like over a minute, and now it's been like almost 2 minutes. It says it's from 117 and it's 119. Get it together, YouTube, StreamYard. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got a major lag when it does this. Let me try clicking this and clicking back. No.
Yeah, you
No?
click some things.
I might have to go to my YouTube just to see what the comment was. But if you can see it, what'd she say?
Okay, it's not on the screen, but I'll read it. Jamie Vick said, well, you can be cute and not dress like a hooker.
That's weird. His thing didn't pop up in the StreamYard. All right, can I close this shit out?
Oh shit, Jamie Vick. You know, it hurts my mouth to laugh that hard.
I'm now on a fucking watch list.
That's all right. I've been on the government watch list for quite some time. Anyways, and it's
not for
not
like dangerous, not for dangerous shit like I used to be. Now for like that bullshit.
No, you're on a watch list for half of the Zod streams you've been on. No. I think that this was very poor marketing. I think that in general, I think that Netflix should be ashamed of themselves because with all the bullshit going on, like them pulling something like this, there is a line. I understand marketing and controversy.
What do you mean by
doing
them?
shit
Like, one person is going to get fired and they're going to be like, see, we fired the asshole that approved it. Love us again.
Yeah, we all know, though, it wasn't the asshole that they fired. It's probably the guy who got coffee, poor guy. He was like, Wait, I'm being fired for what? I didn't Photoshop anything. No, Jim, get your shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, so this, if it's photoshopped, right? Where we all agree that it's photoshopped. Who was
Oh,
the
100%.
person that fucking made this goddamn poster and was like, you know what's gonna bring the people in? I'm gonna put all these little girls together like this. What the fuck?
You know, what kind of demented thinking is what I'm thinking is who thinks
Epstein.
that warped
Aha!
that you would think this would be a sticking point?
Epstein.
No.
No, you have to think like that. That's what that person's the same mindset.
He's not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you know that there's one person in every city. There's probably two people in some of the bigger cities that their job, they're paid by the people to search for child pornography. That's fucking ridiculous. I could not do that job. Like, hey, we need you to look through this guy's computer to see if he has child pornography. So, okay, the only way to know is to see it. I don't ever want to see that ever. And
Bleach.
what the fuck, man? Like, you got to do that as a job? Like, it's your job to look for child pornography. That's fucking crazy.
And just imagine, all you had to do was go on to Netflix and click their menu. That's a horrible joke. I apologize, but that was just there, and I had to take it because, I mean, that's basically like. Go ahead, PB. Did you want to read that comment? He's dead.
Hold on. My wife was telling me something disturbing, so I was indisposed for a moment. Timon Flip says, "What if Netflix saw it and found the movie to be a snore fest? No one will want to see it. Let's create some drama around it." See? That's what I'm telling you, man. It was a piece of shit, and they needed people to click on it. They need people to show up, so they're like, well, we can create a stir with this completely ridiculous poster, and then we can just fire this one guy that we've been overpaying anyways, so he was going to get fired next month anyways, so we'll scapegoat out of it. People will love us anyways, and we will make a bunch of money.
I really hate to admit that sounds like a very plausible idea. Like, oh my god. Yeah, I could totally see that happening. That did happen.
Like,
You heard it
Netflix
here.
is in control of what is going on more than what we think. Stuff isn't just leaking out and slipping out and oops, we didn't mean to market it this way. Our bad. Oh, sure it was. Of course it was. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, you exactly meant to do that. Netflix is just like Vince McMahon. They're in total control of their brand, and they know exactly how to work everything. They don't care how you click. Outrage, love, hate, doesn't matter.
Jamie Vick says, if the only people who are going to watch this movie are the pedos, theaters will be packed. Of course, now they don't have to go to the theater.
Oh, yeah, the theaters would be packed and the floors would be extra sticky.
Ew, what?
Yeah, This reminds me, bringing it back to the only other thing that grossed me out that was marketed, Brokeback Mountain. This was one of those things where the trailer for Brokeback Mountain and the poster said an epic romance. They never told you what that epic romance was. They just said an epic romance that starred Jake Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger. And I like Jake Gyllenhaal, and I like Heath Ledger, and I like Maggie Gyllenhaal and the female role. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be a love story with their wives, and maybe there's some conflicts, and there are some buddies that are gonna get through the hard times.
Hey,
that was not what the movie was about. That was not the epic love story I paid for.
I watched the Jim Jeffries comedy special where he brings up, all the sex swap stuff. He's like, do it for some of these other movies. And he mentions Brokeback Mountain with 2 chicks. Like, yeah, I watch it.
It's just like, yeah, that's where marketing was purposely marketed so that when you go into that movie, yeah, exactly, Lemon Pie. Looks like a rugged cowboy flick, 2 guys. They're away from their wives. They're doing the cowboy thing. They got the cowboy hat. They got the horses. They're tending some fucking sheep and shit, cowboy stuff. You could be manly watching this movie. Heath Ledger's got the killer accent in it. You're all ready to go.
What the fuck are you talking about, guy?
I'm talking about what I perceived Brokeback Mountain to be before I realized what it actually fucking was. That was bad marketing. That was purposefully marketed the way it was until we were all bamboozled.
Not me. I didn't see you told me about that shit.
Me neither. I wasn't bamboozled at all. I was like, oh, Brokeback Mountain, 2 cowboys. Nope.
Hey, Zod, there's a pretty cool song about cowboys. It's called Ram Ranch.
Hold on. My wife misunderstands. Zod saw the movie because he was bamboozled at what it was. He didn't realize that it was a story of 2 queer cowboys in the forest on the mountainside from the marketing.
How do you not get that from the fucking poster?
I don't know how he doesn't get it from the poster. They're just real good friends.
They're just roommates. They've been roommates for years.
But Zod, seriously, that song, there's a really good song. It's called The Ram Ranch. It's about cowboys and stuff. You'll like it.
Okay. So let's get back to some bullshit. So I have a new article here. Olivia Wilde, if you guys don't know, I'm in love with her. What does that have to do with the article? Absolutely nothing.
Damn it, I changed my name to this, and now I got to change it back to fucking simp.
Olivia Wilde is tapped to direct an untitled, female-centered Marvel movie at Sony. So, Sony Pictures is not only growing its slate of its universal of Marvel characters, but it's building on the female characters at the center of it. And it looks to have landed one of the most sought-after female directors in Hollywood. I don't know when this happened. PB, when did she become a big director in Hollywood? I always thought she was an actress. I have no clue what else she directed. But yeah, anyways. Olivia Wilde has closed a deal to direct.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say? What did you just say that you had to pause and then go? Whoa, whoa, whoa?
Apparently, Olivia Wilde is a big-time female director and the most sought after in
Whoa,
Hollywood.
whoa, 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 whoa. She ain't big, man. She's skinny as fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, directing wise, what else has she directed?
I don't know. Husky's going to look it up and then he's going to tell us. Or he's just going
Oh.
to share it on the screen.
No,
God
I don't
damn
want
it.
to look it up this time.
Okay.
No.
Sounds about right. All right, so she is going to be directing a project revolving around a female character in the Sony cinematic universe, a story centered around Spider-Woman.
Spider-Man.
Sony had no comment about this, but the film will be penned by Katie Silverman with Amy Pascal producing. Rachel O'Connor will exec produce. While Silverman and Pascal already have strong ties and the three are working on a Christmas buddy movie at Universal they hope to do prior to this one. Gary Spennell has penned the previous draft for the script. The Spider-Woman character has actually been an alter ego of several characters in the Spider-Man timeline over the years, including Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Watson, and Jessica Drew, who was the first to sport the costume in the late 1970s. Since the concept is being completely revamped by Wilde, it's unknown the direction the studio will go with it. The project has been a high priority since the top of the year, and Wilde came close to passing on it as her dance card has begun to fill up quite quickly. At the end of the day, the idea of having a chance to launch her own female superhero was way too hard to pass up, and she eventually came around to fully committing to the project. This marks the second film based around a female character in the Sony universe of Marvel's characters that have landed after J. Clarkson was tapped to direct Madam Web movie by Sony. It is also developing a Black Cat and Silver Sable movies and is clearly making an effort to diversify the universe. Around the industry,
Black Cat movie.
Around the industry, more female filmmakers are getting their shot in directing big budgeted comic book movies. Naya DaCosta most recently landed Captain Marvel 2 job at Marvel, and along with Wilde and Clarkson are in the footsteps of Patty Jenkins and Kathy Yen and Chloe Zhao, the latter who are directing the upcoming Turtles. Yay! It has been quite a year and a half for Wilde.
Whoa. Are you talking smack about my turtles?
No, the Eternals, not the Ninja Turtles. Anyways, oh my God, is that the movie she directed? No. Oh,
what movie?
Oh, fuck me. No.
Yes.
She directed the coming-of-age tale Booksmart. The film was one of last year's best reviewed movies and earned Silberman and a WGA nomination for Best Original Script. She would follow this up by attaching herself to the psychological thriller Don't Worry, Darling, which eventually landed in New Line, one of the more heated bidding wars of 2019. That film recently set Florence and Chris Pine, Shia LaBeouf, and Dakota Johnson to star and will shoot this fall. While that's just a rep shit. But, oh my God, I hate that fucking movie, Booksmart.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't shut up about it for like a week and a half.
Me and LB are on the same page with that. That movie was shit. Why?
Yeah, you said it was
Ugh.
just a C version of Superbad with women.
Yeah, and not funny jokes.
I mean,
Ugh.
I'm not going to watch it.
No, don't.
I've seen too many people review it for the negative. I don't know how it was reviewed so high as it was. I ain't never
Oh,
fucking watching it, so you're never getting my review of it.
the top film critics call it a masterpiece, so it has to be
A
good.
masterpiece of shit.
But yeah, so there's a push in Sony, which this really troubles me because I did love their take on Spider-Man. I loved that Into the Spider-Verse. If you guys don't know, I have a review on it. That to me was the Zack Snyder of Spider-Man films. It was the second coming of Christ. Whatever you want to call it. I fucking love that movie. I just got done watching it today on Netflix, as a matter of fact.
Did you just say Zack Snyder Spider-Man film?
Yes, if Zack Snyder was to direct a Spider-Man film with how great he is, how he pretty much walks on water,
I don't
one
want
would call
Zack
him the
Snyder to
Jesus
ever do a
Christ.
fucking Spider-Man film. He already did so wonderful with Batman, Superman, and the Justice League.
No. This film would be that equivalent because
Yeah,
he's so
yeah.
great as a director. He's
God
he's
damn.
brilliant. Like, we should really have churches dedicated to Zack Snyder, kind of like what was his name? Not
They don't
Lovecraft.
build
Well,
churches en masse for cults unless you're Mormon.
but yeah, I agree with Timon Flip's comment. He says, "Welcome to the downfall of superhero movies. It was a good ride." Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Like, none of these projects sound appealing to me. Like, I like Gwen Stacy in Into the Spider-Verse. I'd be interested in seeing an animated version of that to complement the version we already got. But I don't want them to fucking set up a whole universe because these characters aren't leads. They are supporting heroes. They want to make them front runners. But this isn't a thing where you got like Captain America, Iron Man, and all of them who are cool and can fucking stand on their own.
Oh, you
These are
don't
all the
want a
sidekicks.
Gwenpool verse?
No, I don't. These are all partners of better heroes. I hate to be a dick, but that's pretty much what they were. It's like making
Wait,
Robin.
so you're telling me that there are no women out there that are better heroes?
Let me see.
Give me 5, comic expert.
Let me see. Wow, you really challenged me on this one. We're going DC or Marvel?
I just need 5 that are better than Hawkman.
Shit.
Dude, that's not setting the bar very high.
Well, you have to remember too, Hawkman was a reincarnation and had bitchin' powers. And can't die.
Okay, dude, Hawkman isn't even in the Justice League.
Let me see. Let's see.
They're like, no, Carter Hall, not you. We'll take that Lady Hawk, though. We want some of that. So, Hawk Girl is one. Yeah, fucking tard.
No, I wouldn't put her up there. She was just a sidekick. She is just literally the counterpoint.
She didn't look like a fucking sidekick when I was sitting here watching Justice League. The cartoon.
Oh, we're not talking the CW Flash / Legends.
We're not talking about the suit.
No, I said just give me 5 female characters that are better than Hawkman.
Well, how would you put Hawkgirl better than Hawkman? She
She
essentially
is
has the same
better.
power set,
How
even
is
in
she
Justice
not
League.
better? She's one of the founding members of the Justice League. How's she not better?
Debatable.
Like, she has sex with Jon Stewart and births another superhero that is in future Justice League. Better.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Like, this is
Like,
tip of the
I
iceberg. Come on
I don't
now.
have that's a good point. But then, are we talking about fighting prowess there, or just
We're just talking
that?
character. Just the character. Like, overall, everything encompassed. Like, we're talking character the same way that you would talk about a professional wrestler. Like, we're not talking just about how they are in the ring, just about how they are in the microphone, just about how they are backstage with the crew and everything. We're talking about all of it together.
Now,
5 of
see, if
them
you
that
gave
are
me
better.
wrestling,
So
I'd
you
have
got Hawk
less
Girl,
of.
you got Wonder Woman. That's 2. Just give me 3 more, guy. I already gave you a head start. I took the 2 that are in the Justice League, so now you got to come up with 3 more. I'm sure you can do it. You're a villain.
Wonder Woman.
I said Wonder Woman.
No, I'm doing them in my head. Wonder Woman. Uh,
Like, you can
do they
go
have to
in.
be a
Okay,
hero
you can
or
go
a
in.
villain?
I guess if I'll give you this, if they gave the villain a comic book run of their own, you can count them. Or if they
Okay.
gave them a TV show of their own, you can count them.
What up? What up, Comic Check? Yeah, Timon Flip has a good point. Starfire, Power Girl. Yep, almost forgot about those.
Oh,
'Cause
Power Girl's great. There you go. I knew you were going to cheat and use the chat, you bastard.
I'm a villain.
What's up, Comic Chat? Okay, Comic Chat, he has to come up with one more name of a female character that's better than Hawkman. I didn't think it was going to be this difficult with somebody who has extensive knowledge like you. But yeah, you're right. Somebody like Batgirl wouldn't qualify. That's a sidekick.
But I would say maybe Kate Kane's Batwoman because she was separate from.
No, I'm waiting for season 2.
No, I
Can't
mean,
for
I'm
what's her
talking
name?
about
Ryan
if
Connor?
we're saying animated shows, she did make appearances in animated shows, or not really shows,
She
but
had an
movies.
entire season on the CW where she was
I
Batwoman.
don't
What are you
count
talking
that.
about?
That was not
What do you
that
mean you
was not
don't
Batwoman.
count that?
I
What do you mean it wasn't
100% don't count.
Batwoman? The show
That
is
was
literally
not
titled
Batwoman character.
Batwoman.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Her name is Kate Kane. She's a white woman who wears a red wig when she's got her bat suit on. She drives a bat cycle. Like,
Yeah,
how is that not Batwoman?
they got what the character should be, but not the essence of the character.
Okay,
That
well,
was
now the
not
character's
Kate
black
Kane. Now they totally
and
don't
hot.
have it. Oh, look at that. I don't know if I count Black Canary. If I would consider her more of a sidekick.
Aha, Comic Chat. I said Hawk Girl. That was the first one I said. I was like, son of a bitch, man. She is in the Justice League. And he's like, what the hell? What do you mean? I was like, how is she not better? How's she not better than Hawkman? And then I gave him the tip of the iceberg, and then he shut up and moved on. So yeah, there's plenty of women out there that we want to see, but
I mean, I agree
Not
with
all of
Timon
them.
Flips, Katana. Like, she's been grossly misrepresented in every
Yeah, get the
medium
one
she's
from
ever appeared.
Smallville. She's probably still walking around out there doing stuff.
He fucking didn't even look at my answer.
What?
No, Raven, I saw that.
Better than Hawk.
But I
You
don't
talking about
consider
from
Raven
Titans?
Raven's more from Titans, and she's been in Justice League Dark. But like I said, she's always been a companion, not on her own. We're talking about
Like I feel like everybody on Titans is a sidekick.
Yeah, pretty much. See, comics chat. I wouldn't.
They're either a sidekick or a tandem. Like Hawk and Dove is a tandem. Neither of them is necessarily better than the other than the fact that the chick is better looking than the guy. Only by a hair, though.
Did Zod even fucking label Wonder Woman as a character that's better, or are we not? Or not the ones that are already there, the ones that aren't there?
Oh no,
yeah,
he did
said,
that. She was number 2.
Yeah,
Comet Chat said Catwoman.
Catwoman's an interesting one. Yeah, I put her on her own because she has her own comic.
Yeah, Halle Berry, man. Again, Halle Berry comes up. Love it.
I love her in the suit. I love that they got Halle Berry. Terrible movie.
Oh yeah, the movie is shit.
I feel like if they made that movie,
I'm not sitting here trying to convince anybody that it's a good movie.
If they made that movie now, I think they would have done a much better job. Like, I rewatched that, and I was watching like someone like deconstructing and talking about Chris Stuckman. Was talking on his hilariosity about how bad the movie was.
God, you're watching Stuckman again?
Oh yeah. I like him, Jeremy John, blah blah. But he makes some valid points, and it's hilarious to see because it's one of those movies that is actually so bad it's watchable. You know, it's just one of those movies that's hilariously bad.
Yeah, it's bad the same way that Batwoman is bad.
No, that's bad. Just fundamentally bad. Like, I can't watch bad. That's terrible.
It's the same.
Even as a comedy, it's terrible. Even as your favorite Sunday comedy, or I'm sorry, Monday, whenever it comes on. I don't even know the
Sunday.
schedule.
At least it was. I assume they're going to keep it there.
But
Sunday is Whammon Day.
Yeah, female Green Lantern. I don't know much about comics chat.
Who the hell is female Green Lantern?
I don't know. I didn't even know much about that either. And
who the fuck female Green Lantern?
But to be fair, comics chat, Green Lantern. I never really liked Green Lantern, so I never really followed them that much.
Was that like Heather Jordan?
I like the Hal
Jordan. Harley Quinn, which I meant to say earlier too.
Or is that like Patricia Stewart?
Harley Quinn, I agree, but Harley Quinn was more created after the animated show, which most people don't realize. Harley Quinn is actually more of a newer character. Her conception was after the 1990 animated television show. She was solely, specifically created in that show, and people loved her so much they made a comic book. Yeah. As a
comic chat also said the Huntress. Timon Flip said Vixen.
Yeah, Vixen is another one, but I never really followed that.
Everyone's better than Hawkman. Okay.
Yeah, I think from this list, Jesus.
Oh, hashtag fuck Carter Hall.
You know, but everyone gets done. Carter Hall has done things, people. Like,
yeah, he's a fucking archaeologist. Whoop-de-doo.
He was pretty awesome in the Smallville
He's a
run,
better
dude.
archaeologist when he's looking at Stargate symbols, guy.
I would still just say he gets major points for Michael playing him.
No, Husky's right. Everybody's better than Hawkman.
Except for Ezra Miller's Flash.
Oh, yeah, but we're talking about women.
Oh, I still was.
Oh, especially with that hairdo he has now. My God. When I seen that video of him choking that guy, I had no idea it was him at first. I was like, that's Ezra Miller? And then I had to watch it again. I was like, holy fuck, I guess it is.
Comic checks coming in hot, saying Zatanna and Poison Ivy. Also,
Poison Ivy. Oh, man.
Zatanna. Yeah.
Dude, I seen a picture of Halsey dressed up as Poison Ivy. That was a 10.
Oh,
easily.
Yeah. I definitely give that a 10. But yeah, I'm actually, hey, chat, really awesome.
Hold on. I misspoke. My wife told me that it was not a 10, it was a 12.
Okay. Well, yeah, this has been a great and fun conversation. I don't really have much more because if you guys didn't know or you just joining, I had a tooth pulled. I'm taking some strong pain medication, and it's kind of kicking in right now. So this is a good place to wrap things up before I start babbling more nonsense than usual. I'll start to wind things down. I also got to get up and do this DC fandom all day tomorrow, so that'll be fun. I might actually do this for the Profits of Geek Culture. Maybe I'll stream from there.
Maybe.
Yeah, that might. So if you guys go to my Profits of Geek Culture with me, Cyber, Pop Culture PB, Stevie J, Perp, all of us together collabing, you may see some stuff from the DC fandom. I'm going to be trying to stream some of the panels. I think I'm going to get a hit on that Zack Snyder panel, but we'll see. Let's see if they let me show any video clips from that. So, anyways, Cyber, did you have anything coming up late, new and great?
Coming up, I have no idea what I'm doing for Sunday. I might have to do my videos once a week now. But I made a shit post earlier this week, and everybody needs to watch it and share it with all your friends because it's got to get stuck in their head because it's stuck in my fucking head.
Oh, I watched it like 20 minutes ago. That's what I shared in the live chat before. Uncle Pot Roast. That's fucking hilarious shit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Fucking watch that. That's all I care right now. I don't care about my other stuff. Just watch the link that I sent.
My wife said it was retarded. She loved it.
My brother is pissed off at me. My younger sibling doesn't really give a fuck, but
and of course, go check that out. Make sure you guys show Cyber some love, Mr. Co-host Commander, and person who keeps this shit running straight. Pop Culture PB, what do you got coming for us?
Oh now my God, who knows? I know, it's depressing times. Stargirl's over. Don't know when any other shows are going to start up because it's the end of August, so they usually start up at the beginning of September, but I'm pretty sure nobody's making anything because the world is still ending because, beer flu. So, I don't know, maybe I'll talk about how there's guaranteed proof that there was never any Snyder Cut because simple math and get everybody riled up about that again. See if they call me a fucking liar, because that's always a good time. I always love those comments. That's fun. They just call you
Oh,
stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. And I'll be like, huh, well, do the math, people. See what happens.
there's a question I gotta answer. This is a tough one, but who do I like? Or which is my favorite Zod? Superman 2, Man of Steel, or Krypton? And
He's going to say
comics chat.
Krypton.
Comics chat, you gave me a hard one, but I'm gonna have to say Krypton. That was
Called it.
that when I saw that portrayal of
When
Zod
he was
and
like, awesome, they switched him to being a black man. Now we got woke Zod.
no, I like that version because of the fact of they built the statue and the way he delivered Neil before Zod. I was just like, I don't care if it's a white guy or a black guy doing it. If you got the feel of the character down, which he totally nailed, then yeah, like I gotta hear the Neil before Zod, and he did it, and I was sold. And the fucking statue, man, statue on
Zod
Krypton, that
creamed
shot.
when he said that line, by the way.
Oh God. the man, I did like the Man of Steel version though too. That was really good. I just thought he kind of overdid the whole screaming bit. Like he's a great actor, but he was kind of like some of the times where he screamed out some of his lines. I was just like, you're overdoing it, buddy. Um, and then Superman 2 is a classic. So those are really hard choices, but I have to go with Krypton. I didn't think I would pick that, but watching season 2, that was just amazing. So sad they ended that. They could have did. Oh, I just thought they could have did so much more. Fucking sci-fi, fucking bastards. Anyways, that's my mini rant on that show. But yeah, I do love 70s Zod as well, Timon. You see my icon. But yeah, 70s Zod is like the outlier. And then there's been some good ones. I'd love to see a Zod movie starring me. Hollywood make it happen. Totally.
Cyber changed his name.
Wait, when did you notice it? I changed it back to this a while ago.
I just noticed it now. Give me a fucking break. I'm not looking at my screen constantly. It's just a means by which you can hear my disembodied voice.
But yeah, speaking of stuff that I'm gonna be doing, don't miss tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We will be
Central Time.
Central Time. We'll be talking about cybernetic huskies' favorite subject, politics. We'll be doing Tales from the Crypt featuring Nancy Pelosi. So come on by and watch that because you'll get a kick out of it. A lot of shit. My dad does investigating reporting on that stuff, and he's got a lot of articles and shit he dug up about why Pelosi should never talk about anybody. So we're gonna get into some of that stuff. It's going to be awesome, and also I will be doing a review on something I didn't know that was out until the girl made me aware, and I can't fucking watch the show until she watches it with me because women. So I will be putting out my Lucifer season 5 review, and I'll be doing a live stream, and super excited. I've been watching the trailer because I can't watch anything else until the girl watches it with me. So might be out in 2022. We'll see.
Jesus
Anyways.
Christ. You gotta get out your unicorn whip, man.
But yeah. So everybody, thank you for watching. I had a fun time. Comics chat, great to see you, man. thank you for coming by and hitting us up with the knowledge. I definitely would love to do a comic book based talk one day and just have us all nerd out on that. But you guys have a wonderful night. And remember the only rule here in the fandom zone: kneel before your generals are.